I don't know what happened. I don't know why I've been cursed, but I I have I have the Halloween horror. I have the Spooktober horror. It's a whole host of flies have spawned in my home. An entire host of them. It started when I went upstairs and I saw a bunch of rice on the countertop. Some black rice, some very delicious glutinous black rice. And I was like, oh, that's weird. No one ever cooks at home. I'm the one who would ever even remotely cook, and no one ever would cook glutinous rice at home. It's just too much effort. So I went to clean it up, and I picked it up with my hand, and I was like, "Wait a minute, it's a little bit crunchy in my hand." And then I was like, "Wait, it has a bit of a give to it." So I squeezed it, and then the liquid came out, and I was like, "I've never eaten rice with a level of liquid in it before." Yeah, that was my face. Yeah, I looked at the rice, and I was very suspicious because I was like, "Man, that's a lot of rice, and it's all over the countertop." It's like some of it's over here by the sink, like some of it's over here by the flower pot, some of it's over by the toaster, some of it's like under the sink too. I was like, wow, that's a lot of rice. Maybe my niece was playing around with the rice, doing some weird rice painting. That sounds strange, but like you'd probably use it for something. Spooky rice. Nothing can be grained by messing with that. Very good joke. But that's plus two. That's plus two. Thank you. Thank you for coming in with a good. That's a good pun. Thank you. See, I appreciate that level of effort because I would have never been able to even think of that, right? But yeah, no, nothing can be grained. I'm messing with that. So I touched it and I squeezed it, and some goop came out. It was yellow, and it was yellow and white. It looked like pus, and I was like, "Ooh, that's not rice, is it?" And I looked closer, and I saw the scales. At first, I thought it was a cockroach egg, but with a cockroach egg, you can tell because cockroach eggs they look like mini purses. It's very hard to explain because if you've never seen a cockroach egg, you think I'm lying to you. But like if you actually look really closely at a cockroach egg, it's as if it's a tiny purse in your hands. But instead of like money, it's like hundreds of cockroaches waiting to pop out. And you don't want to squish them. You don't want to squish it like somewhere where they can spread. You want to squish it inside of a container where the cockroaches can't spread. Because if you squish it, some of the cockroaches will leave the egg to try to run as like a last ditch effort. You also put it on fire, but you don't want to hit the popping more than once. The popping gets you. So I was like, okay, this isn't black rice. This is probably something terrifying like flies. And then I just cleaned up every single one, squished every single one. But it was too late because as I was doing it, I heard a bzz go right by my ear, like a nice little bzz, and I was like, oh no. And I look up and there's like several flies, and I was like, ah, shit. And then I called my family, and my family was like, "Yeah, we actually killed like several of them this morning. There's still more." And I was like, "Oh God!" So yeah, I've been spending all of last night trying to kill the flies. I actually I was villain monologuing. I was villain monologuing trying to kill these flies. I have some choice lines for you. I'm still trying to remember everything that I was saying last night because I was I was very angry at the flies. I had to recompile. I had to recompile Emacs. Okay, well, just give them a moment. But I was I sounded racist. I was incredibly like I was like your kind don't deserve to live in reference to the flies. But like if you heard me and you had no clue that I was dealing with the flies, you would think that I'm racist, like incredibly racist. But it was just me like lamenting the fact that like I am speciesist. I of the species I would get rid of, it would be flies. Okay, I'm just saying I would be speciesist. Okay, it's like that meme of like, of course I'm racist, humanity first, and then all their friends are like lizards and crocodiles. Okay, I'm cool with everything, just not bugs or flies and ants. Okay. I view you the same as a spider does when you fly into her web, already bulging with the carcasses of your kind. Not with glee at the thrill of the hunt, nor with pleasure at the thought of sating her aching hunger. No, it is with a quiet fury, so silent that you would mistake it for dispassion, for having to end your life for the crime of disturbing her peace with your very disgusting existence. I am cursed to suffer your existence. Though you may find it painful the moment your tiny little brain realizes its life is being snuffed out between the palms of my hands, it cannot compare to the suffering I must endure, for while you may be at peace in death, a peace you do not deserve, for it is in no small part robbed from me, I am cursed to have to eventually snuff out the lives of those just like you, the ones I have yet to meet. Hell diver levels of bug hate. I actually, so what's funny is that, you know that thing about the bugs, like we're running out of bugs in society. Like you drive your car down the highway and there's no more bugs hitting you like hitting your windshield. I do believe that bugs are important for the world. I mean, it's not really a belief thing. It's science. That's gonna hard to be like, yeah, I believe that bugs are good. It's like, yeah, no shit, man. That's a science. It's like how we get things in the world, okay? And flies are good. They break down matter that we would have trouble with. Same with cockroaches to some degree. Although this is the thing, right? The home has been carved out specifically as a bug-free zone. This is the thing that always bothers me. Okay, why do they have to come inside the home? The home is literally designed to keep them out because nothing here is designed to be taken away by the bugs. Because the problem is that the bugs are indiscriminate in their danger. It's lies from bug style. You know what? That's true. Have we ever had a scientist track from like the life cycle? You know what? That'd be a great series actually. Like a BBC Earth series where they track the life of one single maggot. So it starts off with a single maggot, and we just look at the cycle of life as it goes up, and eventually, like it's like maggot to human like stomach type of deal. That's what we need, because the way it is now, right? It's like it's too far removed. I don't believe that flies are useful. Contradicting everything that I said before. I don't believe that flies are useful for society. Because tell me this: have you ever seen a fly eventually end up as an apple? I've never seen it. No one's ever showed me. People just say, yeah, believe us. Believe us when we say that the fly eats the rotten meat. Oh, rotting meat? Oh, that's now infested with flies and now disgusting and you can't eat it because it'll make you sick? Have you thought about this? If the fly never infested the meat with maggots, another animal could have eaten it. So what is the point of the fly if it isn't just stealing food from other animals? Think about that. This is the thing that I do think about a lot. We say that all bugs are important, right? But I think some bugs are just there to take food from other like bugs and animals. Which again, this like I sound incredibly racist. Like I sound incredibly speciesist. Like, but I'm just saying, like I listen, like meat outside. Okay, I get that it rots, but I don't want it to go to the fly. You think a fly can eat a steak in like however long, like however fast, like a small cut of like a filet mignon, okay? The kind of shit that you get in like a 3 Michelin star restaurant. Small little medallion, right? I don't think a single fly could even get close to eating the entire thing. I don't even think a whole swarm of flies could. You would need an entire, but a stray dog living in the woods. Oh no, grandma's tiny little chihuahua got locked outside and got lost, and now the chihuahua doesn't know where they're going. Deport the bugs for taking our apples. Yeah, this is like, yeah, it's very Helldiver-esque in terms of like bug hates. So like, okay, grandma's tiny poor chihuahua is currently lost outside, okay? But look, oh wow, filet mignon on the floor, a medallion. Guess what? The dog goes to eat it. A host of flies has already swarmed it, and there's maggots everywhere. What for? Have the maggots finished eating it? No, it's been several days. They haven't even gotten close to it. But you know who could have eaten it in one single bite? That lost chihuahua. I actually think that we need to get rid of flies and ants because realistically, another animal could do what they do just a lot more efficiently. Because this is the thing, okay? Think about this. Worms do the exact same thing. The worms eat shit, but they poop out dirt. Okay? They don't spread diseases. And nobody ever complains of a worm. When people see a worm in their home, they go, oh, little fella, my garden's over there. Do you know why? Because it's very obvious. It's obvious the chain that leads to something. And it's better than a fly. And they're more efficient. Have you ever had a compost bin? It's amazing. Fuck flies. Mosquitoes can go to. Yeah, frogs might starve that, but that's the sacrifice that you're willing to make. That's the crazy part is, I don't even think frogs would starve. Do you know why? Think about this. What do flies eat? Okay? Flies eat the same thing that crickets do. I'm pretty sure. So, whatever a fly can eat, a cricket could eat. And a cricket would be eaten by the frogs. If anything, we'd have more crickets than we'd know what to do with. And the cricket, actually, then we get a locust swarm. Wait. Let me think about this. We have a lot of writing about locust swarms. Fun fact, worms are the reason redwood... What? Worms, redwood endangered. Wait, really? Threatened and endangered wildlife in the redwoods. Wow. California's coast... Wait, what? Redwood endangered by worms. Wow, that's actually funny. Well, it's alive and active with worms. Wait, wait. You can get this. You can get behind this rhetoric for mosquitoes. Fuck mosquitoes. I actually don't get the point of mosquitoes because the crazy part, right? And like this is the thing, okay? At least with flies, they're eating shit that no one wants. Like realistically, flies are eating things that we really don't want. It's like a double filtering. It's like you double filter coffee or something. I don't know, but it's like they specifically love shit. And my only real source for this is a Bug's Life. So it's like, but it's like it's weird because it's like at least they can eat shit and then process shit even further for the worms to eat that and then turn it into dirt. Maybe I don't know, but like a mosquito, it's like everybody needs their blood. I don't know what to take it. It's actually kind of messed up. The worms eat the leafy base of forests that sapperling redwoods used to use for cover. Oh, so there's too many. That reminds me of how deers are also sort of bad to have. Like how we learned that like deers were bad for new growth because the deers would just come up and just see the sapling and then just be like, "Ooh, that's a good lunch," and they would just eat it. And so like, what's funny is that like to them it's just a lunch, but to us in 20 years that could have been A4 paper. And it's like, no, my supply of A4 paper, society's gonna like fall apart. So, all because we didn't keep the deers in check. And that's why some places have started to reintroduce wolves. Because we realize that we don't have enough paper for school kids. Though, I think about this a lot, okay? I think about this a lot. At some point, we're gonna have too many trees and too much oxygen that the air that you're breathing is going to be too pure. And so we need more deer now, and we need less wolves because everyone's moving to using tablets. And on top of that, we also have wolves equal paper. This is real science here, okay? This is. You think science is done within labs? You think science is done as like a research thing? You think it takes 20 years? No, it takes one thought exercise. One thought exercise, okay? What is paper? What is paper made out of? Trees, okay? What eats trees? Deer, okay? So how do you stop? How do you get more paper? Wolves. There's a clear chain of cause and effect that you can rely on. It's like SimCity if it was all messed up. It's like SimCity if it was messed up. But yeah, okay, so mosquitoes, right? Mosquitoes are the one thing that I don't understand because it's like everything needs the blood. Like blood, there's never a time when blood is bad. There's never a time when blood is bad. The only time blood is bad is when you can see it because it means that it's not inside of your body, right? But mosquitoes are specifically designed to steal your blood, which is crazy. Like it's like at least a vampire could be hot. You know what I mean? And this is the thing, okay? There's a reason humanity loves Twilight but hates mosquitoes. It's because the vampires could possibly be hot. Eternal youth? Well, I mean, not to the... Well, it sounds kind of weird if I say it like that, but like this eternal sort of like... This eternal like good look, I suppose. This eternal sort of like not wrinkly skin, let's say. And then this like perfect sort of like figure. And then this like old society style aristocratic sort of like world. Like that's cool. You know what I mean? Compared to mosquitoes. You sure there are people who jack off to mosquitoes too? You know what's crazy? They could literally kill your boner by just sucking all the blood. I actually do wonder if anyone's ever tried that, where they stick their penis inside of like a glory hole and then there's like a bunch of mosquitoes. Like, could they possibly suck enough blood to kill your boner, right? Anyways, I don't think the mosquitoes need to exist. Like, mosquitoes to me feel like the most useless because I can't possibly think of a reason why they would be useful. Sorry. I don't know why I said that. I just think about that sometimes. I just think about that sometimes. There's some things I think about where I'm like, I don't know why I think about it, but I do think about it. Like, no, I'm just saying, like, because like if they suck blood, right? How much blood could a mosquito suck? And then you get like hundreds of them swarming your boner. Like they could potentially suck it dry. Because it's literally just blood. So it's like they could potentially go all the way. And what's crazy is that you might actually pass out because that blood doesn't then go back up to your brain. If you have a large enough penis. Some of us don't have that luxury. But yeah, I don't get the point of... See, because at least the deer, right? At least it's like, okay, we lose the trees, but in return, we gain meat, like we gain deer meat, but also we do gain ticks and whatever the deer brain rotting disease is right now. There's like a massive strain of this like brain rotting prion disease that's been going around the like deers recently. But besides those two, deers have meat. You can't do anything with mosquitoes. Like people have tried. There are mosquito cakes where it's like, oh, you can like. What you can do is you take a steel pan. So this is a crazy meal, but like this does exist. You go outside with a steel pan and you swing it in the air in a field of mosquitoes. The impact kills the mosquitoes, and you collect it inside the pan, and then you and then you grind them down into almost like a flour mixture, and then you use it to make cakes with, and then you eat them. That's like the only thing that we found. That's the only use of mosquitoes that we found so far. It's like a very shitty meal. It's like a very shitty meal. And the meal, what's crazy is that the meal probably has a chance to give you something very terrible, because it's like, you know, they've spread malaria and stuff. I don't know if, you know, I don't know if I want to eat like a malaria-stricken mosquito. And like, that's after years of coexisting with them. Like, almost like, maybe millennia. Yeah? So again, I don't know why we have the mosquitoes, because they take something that's already safe inside of our bodies. If you're bleeding, I get it. It's like, imagine if you bleed, okay? If the blood is on the floor, it's useless for you, okay? If I was bleeding and like blood was spurting out of my neck, and a mosquito says, I'll take some of that, I wouldn't mind. I'd be like, go ahead, have some. But it's when they go, you know what? I know you're not bleeding, but you could be. It's when they do that I go, that's messed up, man. Like, I didn't do anything. Imagine all the different blood diseases you'd be. Exactly. All the different. And it's it's different, I think, from a blood sausage. Or like, let's say like a blood cake. Those are good. It's different from a blood cake and a blood sausage, because at least we know those sources. They're like specifically designed not to be diseased. But I don't know how you can do that for just a random swarm of mosquitoes. Because it's like, the random swarm of mosquitoes, I don't even know how they get these things, but like, they just get malaria and then they just pass it on to us. So, yeah, kind of terrifying to think about. And I don't know if cooking gets rid of it either. You know what? Maybe I have more sympathy for the flies. You know, maybe I've been too mean to the flies. Maybe the flies do have a purpose in life. I know, like, the flies are, you know, annoying, and they're eating my food as we speak. And actually, last night, the thing that pissed me off was I woke up. I was kind of hungry, and so I was like, you know what? Time to have like a nice quick snack. So I heated up 3 sausages, which isn't really a quick snack, and these are like Costco sausages. So imagine they're almost a foot long. It's actually kind of absurd. Like, you know, people in like pornos, they say they have 12 inches, right? You ever hold a Costco sausage in your hand and you look at the size of that thing, and then you look at like the penises in porn, and you're like, there's no way you're 12 inches. Because I'm holding one right now. It's in my mouth right now. I can barely even finish the damn thing. There's no way that all these dudes in porn in real life are 12 inches. Because I'm holding it right now. Do you have any idea how long that shit is? Man, that shit, it's like, it doesn't even fit on a plate. It doesn't even fit on a bowl. You can't even use a circular plate. You have to use like a plate that's like an oval to fit the damn thing. That's how long that shit is. And I'm like, buddy, you would pass out just getting a boner. Like, the moment that a single horny thought enters your mind, you would pass out, you know? And then the only thing standing would be your penis. It's insane. Fly propaganda got to SMH. Well, that's the thing, right? If you compare the fly to mosquitoes, they're not that bad. If you compare the fly to ants, it's a little bit worse. If you compare the fly to the worm, no bug is going to survive. Lies from Big Cock. Once you hold a Costco sausage in your hands, you realize that like 12 inches is a ludicrous lie. You know, that's insanely, that's insane. 12-inch of penis, 12 inches sausage. I also love how you look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Chat, that's a 12-inch sausage. Look at this shit. You know how long that is? That's a 12-inch sausage. That's like the shit you put in your mouth to eat. That's like the shit you put in a hot dog. Look, this is on a normal size hot dog bun. Okay? A hot dog bun, it has a fairly standard size. Okay, actually, this is an even better photo because this is from Costco. This is, I mean, from IKEA. So it's a little bit more approachable. A hot dog bun, if you've never noticed, has a very standard size. So now compare the standard size of the bun to the standard size of 12 inches. There's no possible way this thing can humanly exist. It's literally impossible. Ain't no way penises are bigger than 3 inches. POV, you're Amish, and you've never seen a POV. You're Amish, and you've never seen a video before in your entire life, and you've never had these discussions with other people because it's like considered not good. So you go out into the real world, and then you hear people talk about things, and then you go, "There's no way penises are bigger than 3 inches because yours is 3 inches." And it's like, uh oh. There's a joke there. It's at the expense of the Amish, but I swear there's a joke there. Even if it's a little offensive, it's still pretty funny. But it would need work. It would need massaging to make it less offensive. Like, there's a joke that could work. It just needs some work to make it less offensive, but more funny. My execution of it just wasn't good. But, again, that's a good one. That's a very good line. See, look at this thing. It's massive. Have we get this topic? Anyways, yeah, so I was eating the sausage. and then I went to go wash my hands because, you know, cooking up a sausage in the microwave, Chef Mike. That's kind of a nasty job where the oil splashes everywhere, so I had to wash my hands because there's oil everywhere. And I wasn't even gone for more than maybe like 10 seconds because the sink is right beside my computer. And I go. Well, it's not right beside. It's like outside of a door and down the hall. But like, you know, it's close enough that I can like run to it. Thoughts while eating sausage. Classic thoughts while eating sausage. And it was like 10 seconds. And I come back and the fly is sitting there. And you know what it's doing? It's doing this stupid thing that flies do when they rub their hands. Flies rubbing hands. It's like that thing where they like rub their hands. It's like, what a juicy meal. It's like, buddy, that's mine. It's like, this isn't yours. Like, look at it. It was doing this, and I was like, "What are you doing? It's my meal. Let go." And I was like, "Okay," because I had to cut that piece of the sausage off because I'm like, I don't know where the fly's been. The fly could have been eating stuff from my plunger. I have no clue. I don't want to eat my shit a second time. You know what I mean? So I got to deal with the fly, and that's when I went to war. So when it started, it was 1 a.m. When it ended, it was 4 a.m. my time, because I was just like standing there. I did many different tricks, but I'm really bad at catching flies. I tried to do the clapping above where they would fly off, because like if you clap above where they are, you'll usually catch them. But I couldn't do it because I was scared of fly guts on my hands. I don't like the feeling of bugs and their bodies writhing in my hands, which is sort of like it's the reality of life colliding with the fact that you're taking a life, but also the fact that like, you know, it's something that I want to do because the fly is eating my sausages. Dead bugs are gross. Yeah, there's just something about them. It's just the way that they wriggle in your hands and the way that they like feel, and then it's just the way that the guts are on you. And it's the worst when they twitch. I've had to do it for a centipede once with my bare hand, because the centipede was crawling up my leg, and so I slapped it, and I felt it like wriggling in my hands, the legs just twitching, and I didn't sleep well that night. But this was a long time ago, but I didn't sleep well, and I was just like, oh god, that's disgusting. Like I just felt it the entire time. Wait. It's a wife. So the fly lands. It's now 4 a.m. and I'm doing all these different strategies, right? I can't really execute the doing clapping on top, so I'm like setting up traps for it. I'm like, so I put the hot dog there, and I learned a long time ago that flies are attracted to light, so I turned off all the lights. So you just see me. I'm just standing opposite, like away from my computer desk, and I'm standing as still like a statue. I'm controlling my breathing. Like my heartbeat feels like it's at a good 70, which is usually it's like 90, which is probably really bad. And I just see the fly like coming and landing. And I'm slowly walking closer, and I'm just like looking to like assassinate this thing. And the only light is my monitor, which is in front of the bowl, so it has the chance to like go there. But I neglected one thing, is that I only have one shot. If you give a fly food as bait, you have to kill it on the first go. Because if you don't kill it on the first go, it has enough food. It's just going to leave. And then it's going to come back in a day. Because I always think about this whenever my dog eats, Missy, because she's so small. And my wife always has this concern that she's not eating enough. And I tell her, like, honey, she's a small dog. Like, she's probably eating more than enough. And you watch her eat. She eats one, maybe two bites of her food pellets. And then she's like, yeah, I'm good. But they're not small pellets. It's like, it's called Open Farm. It's like a very large, it almost looks like it looks like a cork of a wine bottle, okay? So imagine she eats like one or two corks of a wine bottle and she's done, and she just sits there, and then you feel her stomach and it's full, and then she just kind of like flops over, like lays upside down, and she's good, and then she can't do anything. And I'm like, if she gets like that, the fly must, like, the fly haven't taken like a single crumb of something must be like, oh shit, this is a good 5-star meal. So I'm like, shit, I didn't realize that. So after a while, the flies stopped coming, but I stood there in the dark waiting regardless for like an hour. I was like, oh, it's gonna land at some point. I could never find it ever again. You spray those fuckers with alcohol. Doesn't work all the time, but usually after that they can't fly and you squish them easily. Not sure if it works with the big ones though. That's what I did here. Is I did hear that one of the things you should do is spray it with water. The problem is that I was scared of short circuiting my electronics because I'm using my computer as a bait, which is probably the worst thing to do. It's a bit like that meme of like you know those videos of kids when they get angry and then they break their TV screen or the PC screen, and then they like, and then because they throw the like a Wiimote or the like ball or something. It was a bit like that where I'm like swinging really fast. I'm trying to like slap it and then punch it, but I'm like slapping my monitor and I'm like, I swear I'm gonna kill you, but it's like my monitor, so I'm like, so I'm trying to be like extra careful too, where it's like just enough force to kill the fly, but not enough to ruin my monitor. What's funny too is that this is like the 7th fly that I've killed. So other flies, I usually kill them with a packet of skyflakes. I was actually talking about this in the Discord. In the Discord, skyflakes. So I'm trying to find the image again. Maybe it's you murderer. If I don't do it, would you do it? I know that you're afraid of bugs. Think about this, okay? If I don't do it, who's gonna do it? These are skyflakes, and these bad boys. This is my tool of choice. This is my implement. This is my design. I have a pack of skyflakes on my desk because I learned, okay? That's what the villain always says. If I don't do it, who will? Because okay, so you know how like the clapping thing works because the flies they the way that they start up is they fly backwards up a little bit. They don't immediately go into like a running start because they can't. They physically can't. So they go up and backwards a tiny bit. And so what I do with the skyflakes is I drop it directly on top of them, slightly behind them. So as they fly up, this pack of the skyflakes that's now falling at terminal velocity. Like I do it from a high height. That's now falling at terminal velocity. Will eventually impact the fly and then kill it. And then it usually works. It's like a 99% success rate. It's just that this one fly is especially crafty. I think because it saw me kill its... It probably saw me kill its sibling with the same technique, so it probably knows now. But these skyflakes are coated in like bug guts. There's like guts on the side of it. It has like a weird green stain where the word sky is now. Like the word sky specifically is a weird green stain. And it's just... But it's so effective because it's like I hate these things. I would never eat it. So its only use is to kill the flies with. Yeah, if it's just water, then you think it should be ideally soapy water because they don't care about normal water as much. That is true. They don't care about it. But I read that normal water does work because at some point they have to land to dry themselves because flies don't like being wet, which is true because there was a bunch of flies inside my sink that was like, I don't know what they were doing. They were drinking water or something. And then I sprayed them with the water, but they were still moving around. But it's like they were trying to dry themselves very quickly. And they would fly a tiny bit, but they would have to land, and they were just sitting there trying to dry themselves. So I think it does work. You just have to kill them, or you just have to make them really wet. I think the ultimate solution is probably not just soapy water or alcohol. It's like gasoline. I think it's gasoline. I think what you should do is like as the gasoline is leaving your spray bottle, you should light it on fire. That way, when it reaches the fly, it's already on fire. And then the fly should eventually pop. Which also, actually, no joke, is a fairly effective technique. I still think about this one story where it's my brother, he was eating a bowl of pho. It's Vietnamese rice noodles. Piping hot. Delicious stuff, okay? Goes to take a bite, fly comes in, flies over his bowl, hits the steam, the wall of hot steam, dies. dies in the wall. It's like it headbutt the fog wall in a Dark Souls game and died on collision. And then it fell into the soup. And he was like, fuck. He was like, why the fuck did you fly there? So, like, maybe the heat is the solution. Maybe I just need to, like, superheat the room and melt everything in order to kill the fly. Which I do think about a lot. Like, I do think about the fact that, like, bathrooms have this idea of they're wet rooms and you can sort of make the whole room wet to wash down and stuff, right? Which I think is the superior design because it makes it easier to clean, too. I think we should be doing that for just normal rooms. I think every single room should be in the design of a wet room. Like your PC should have a waterproof casing that you can like plug up. Same with all your electronics. That way, when you need a deep clean of your room, you just turn it on, you activate the sprinklers, you drain your room, you turn on a fan, you dry the walls, and then you unwrap everything that didn't need to be wet, and then you're good. If I had $1 million, that's what I would do. Is I would invent the wet room, not just the wet bathroom, the wet room. Because the thing about the wet shower is that, like, yeah, that's like a very obvious thing, and like the wet shower is useful, but like it's the least useful place to be waterproof. I don't know how to explain this. It's the only place that I don't care is waterproof. Because I'm there specifically to be wet all the time. So it doesn't matter if it's waterproof. It matters if it gets me wet really, really well. Whereas every other room can't be wet. And so I kind of need it to be more waterproof than every other room. If that makes sense. Anyways, now you know why I'm tired today. So if you can hear it in my voice, it's why I'm tired. Because it was very painful to deal with the flies for 3 hours last night. I even tried to sleep and I woke up. My sleep has been very disjointed. But it's a good thing it's been disjointed. It's been fun. And my date was fun. But now, onto some very serious stream stuff. Because as much as I love talking about flies, that's all I can really talk about. Or at least that I want to talk about. There's other things I do want to talk about, but in today's topics, I just want to bring that up because it was immediate. But everything else is sort of like, I'll save it for tomorrow when it's a much easier day. As I said before, today is going to be a very sad day. It's going to be a very, very not good day. So, fair warning, if you're here for a good time, I don't know if you'll have a good time, but I think it's one of those things where you don't hear stories like this because you want to feel happy. You hear it because you kind of have to, if that makes sense. Today is probably the most games as art day that you're probably going to see from this channel. And very much so games as sort of a medium for people to speak through. So we're going to go through that today because tomorrow's Halloween. And as a schedule update, there will be a stream on Halloween. I have a small thing that I kind of want to do, but it's not going to be much. It's just sort of like me. And you can join too if you download a VR chat. There's just no guarantee it's going to be fun for any of us. It's just something that I kind of thought would be fun to do because I'm not doing trick-or-treating tomorrow. My wife and I don't want to do it because there's just too much effort. And the kids are nieces and nephews, right? So it's like their parents can handle that. But we also didn't want to have to go through the hassle. Maybe we're thinking maybe 1 year to do it, to bring Missy around, because it'd be fun to dress her up as like a cockroach. Because I've seen the cockroach costume. The problem is that she's too small, so she gets too cold. So she'd only be able to stay outside for 5 minutes. So, but yeah, this year we're taking it easy, and so I'm gonna be streaming. Actually for the next 2 weeks, it's gonna be nearly non-stop streams, but. Just as a schedule update, streams will be max 5 hours after October, because I want more time to do things. Because I wrote this down one night. I wrote this down, and I was thinking about this a lot. This sort of thought of time and sort of space in the world and what I want to do, which is in relation to what today is too, in terms of the way that life is. And I wrote this down. It's sort of like the reason life keeps passing you by is because you keep standing still. And so the more that I do this, the less time that I have for life. And it's sort of a readjustment of my priorities towards things that I do like to do. Not to say that streaming isn't fun, but it's fulfilling in a different way. But there's a lot of things I need to do to make it even more fulfilling, which I haven't really given much time to. So So that's like a stream schedule update. That's like a stream update. Today is going to be a fairly sad day for games. Okay, again, these are stories that won't make you happy, probably. If it makes you happy, there's something wrong with you. But also, that's sort of the point, right? Is like today is an exploration of what it means to have a game talk about things that we typically don't really talk about in other ways, or that are talked about in different mediums, right? It's sort of an interesting intersection of like games and real life. So this is sort of where I'm going towards. There's a lot of really, really bad, nasty topics here. But at the same time, to ignore it is to ignore life. So I think it's worth it to sort of look at this and then say, well, it's painful to have to go through in the moment, but I think it's important for us to like check this stuff out because it has not just like equal value to other experiences. It's not only is it the same as playing something like say Megabonk. I think there's even a deeper value to it where it actually gets you to think about life in the same way that like a lot of books that you read are sort of slop. And some books make you reevaluate your life and go, you know what? Thank you for telling me this. Because even though I didn't want it, and even though I didn't feel that I needed it, in the end I actually did need it, and and now I actually want it. It's a feeling that you rarely get from, I think, any type of anything from any media. A lot of media in general is designed to be consumed and excreted from your body, sort of one to one. It's really not meant to be processed at all by your mind. It's even if you could perform a level of like a media study on it, right? In the form of like whatever the media literacy, the act of that is. There's a lot of things that ultimately end up as nothing. Like you read isekai upon isekai upon isekai, and it doesn't say anything about the life that you live. It says everything about the fact that the life that you live is something that you almost don't have to live, and you can sort of try your best to escape from. But then you get stuff like this, and it makes you go like, "Oh no, I got to get my shit together now." So that's what today is. Fair warning. That's how it's going to be for 2 games, and then after that, if there'll be a wind down segment with scary but also less serious games. So that's it. It's not going to be painful the whole day, but it's like these are the 2 games that I did want to check out because it's very emblematic of the idea of what is the horror genre and what is the horror genre trying to tell us, and what is games as a medium trying to tell us too. Why is it so compelling? It's because of the interactivity of it. And also, these are very cool projects. And even, both of them have very interesting stories. And one of them is actually a very, very interesting story in relation to a lot of things that is happening now within the gaming space. So hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully you enjoy it not in like a Schadenfreude way where it's like, oh, you enjoy the pain that is inflicted on others, but more so in a, wow, I never really thought that I could feel this way about things. And I never really thought that this is something that I could experience, right? Because that's the cool thing about games. It lets you experience things. But it's going to be serious. So we're going to go into the first one, and we're just going to go in, and we're just going to play it. It's actually from a creator of another game that I was playing recently. And they've been making a lot of really cool games. And they even had one before that was upcoming, but I think it might have been canceled. I'm not really sure. But yeah, we'll see. Give me a moment to set things up. I'm going to go take a break because that actually hurt me a lot. I'm going to go just a quick, small coffee break. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. That actually hurt me a lot. Be right back. Just sort of enjoy the silence for a bit. I'm just going to leave it with no music. I just need like a quick decompression before we move on. There's another sad game coming soon. Hey, sorry about that. It took a while, longer than I expected to make the wall deck. Playing that game is interesting. Sort of, again, relates to the thoughts that I've been having. It's why I wanted to do this segment at some point during Halloween. Because, again, with Halloween and Spooktober and just horror game stuff, a lot of the horror is sort of monsters, right? As I said, while playing the game. It's easy to look away from the monsters and say, oh, they're not real. We don't need to care about them anymore. It's like you can close your eyes and they disappear, but stuff like this, it always stays. And I was thinking about it in relation to my life, again, this sort of thing where I'm still struggling with finding an answer and finding a balance of what am I really doing? It's sort of like, it's like all these things are happening and it's like, man, do I really want to be making websites my entire life compared to, it's like, what is a website going to do to like make the world a better place? It's strange. it's strange how much we do that just doesn't really relate to anything at all. It's sort of sad, actually, to think about. You sort of grow up and you think that you have dreams of doing more. You think that you have dreams of being able to do more for the world, but in the end, it's just you're doing things that's just feels meaningless, right? It's like, who cares about a fast running website? It's like how are we gonna like deal with, like, I don't know, like my local community not having drinking water or something, or like the wildfires in Canada, let's say, right? Like how it's just a fascinating disconnect, and it's that disconnect that's still like it feels jarring. It's weird because like if you write it into a story or a movie, if you write about this disconnect, like people would write the people would say that the movie's so unrealistic because like there's no way people would do that, and yeah, it's happening now. It's like, man, that disconnect is a real thing. But it would if you actually like wrote a story around it for like a movie or a book, people would say it's just fantasy because it's like, and it doesn't even feel real because how could you possibly ignore it? It's a very strange place to be in. Now, monsters under your bed are definitely real. Monka. I do think about the monster thing a lot because like, and it's sort of why I enjoy games like this that have a much more real horror bend, because it's, again, when you can't escape from the monster, I feel like it lingers even longer. It's also weird to me to say that I enjoy it because it's sort of like, it's very strange to say that one enjoys it because it's sort of like, why do you enjoy it so much? It's sort of like, are you sick and cruel? Or are you sick in the head? But it's hard to explain. It's specifically that feeling of, you know, it's a feeling of horror that you can't really get, like, because I feel like I'm numb to the monsters. Whereas with stuff like this, or a game like Silent Hill, it's like, oh man, I'm not numb to that. To the world around us, or like when you play something like a mouthwashing, and slowly you come to the realization of things that have happened, and it's like, oh man, like you could never really be numb to that, which is sort of the terrifying part. It really eats away at you. That was a very good experience. It's a very good experience because it's like, again, like how often would you have something like this? How often would you have an experience like this in any other medium, right? It's like, what other medium can you really say that you can experience this directly? These feelings, these thoughts, and that's why it's so good. It's like, how often does a game make you think about the way that you live your life in relation to the things that are happening? It's sort of strange to like think about, because again, a lot of things are just made and designed for you to consume. Even something that has a lot of complex things happening in it, like say Game of Thrones, it's still a piece of entertainment and it's not really seen as something that makes you think deeply. It's sort of odd in that way, despite the fact that it's such a large piece full of so many different moving things. I like a focused experience like this. Next game is also going to be very sad. Again, this one actually comes with real trigger warnings of sexual assault and stuff like that. So again, if you don't want to deal with that, feel free to step away. This is the last of the real life horror games, and this one actually has a very, very upsetting story as well. But it's sort of related to something that we talked about before too, which I'll get into. There's a whole backstory to this game, and you actually can't buy this game anywhere, which is sort of sad. It's very sad, actually. Give me a moment to set it up. Well, aside from the one awful joke that chat made, which I'm gonna call you out on that. That was a shit one, chat. And also, I don't know why you did it. Like genuinely. I always say this, right? It's okay to be quiet. It's okay to shut up. It's worse to say something awful. Like, if all you're looking for is attention, I'd rather you just not do anything, right? Because it's better for you too, not as like a reputation thing, but just as it's better for you as a person to be a better person. That was awful. I don't even want to like decompress on stream. I just want to go and eat something and just sit there in silence and never think about this ever again. Thanks for watching, everyone. I didn't think that the games we would be playing would be this intense. I didn't think both games would be that intense in terms of the feeling that it gave me. But yeah, both games were incredibly intense in terms of the feelings that it gave me. But it's why I wanted to play them. Because again, it's not the things that we want to see or hear. It's oftentimes the things that we need to, the things that we have to think about. It's like, just because we don't want to see it because it's unsettling doesn't mean it doesn't happen, doesn't mean that's not real, and it doesn't mean that we shouldn't try to understand it. Because if we don't, how will it ever get better? So do check out the website for it. For Vile Exhumed, the Vile is banned website. It's pinned in the message. Do donate if you can. I mean, obviously this is like take into account your own situation. Well, I did donate as part of playing the game. So, but yeah, just like think about it. And yeah, just like yeah, just enjoy your day, everyone. I'm gonna go and sit down and have a breather. And this is just one of the two, right? I mean, the first one that we played was also really really sad. The one about the war. So two very heavy topics. Tomorrow's Halloween Day. Again, it'll be a much lighter style of stream. Be just like a hangout in VR chat, just to check out some horror worlds. It won't be anything too intense, and also there won't be any accountability circle tomorrow, just because it's Halloween. I don't expect people to be there, so we'll see how it goes. Bye, everyone. Have a great night. Treat yourselves well. Go to sleep. Try to watch something happy. I don't know. Go watch like dog videos where you hug them and stuff. Okay. Go hug your family. Go hug your family. Go talk to the people in your life. Go think about the things that you do and like question yourself. Like, why did you do it? Why? Because you just want to be heard. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you just want to be felt. You know, I mean, like really think about your own actions in the life too, chat. And you know who you are, the ones that I'm talking to. And have a good one, everyone. I was kind of dreading this too, doing this segment, because I knew it was going to be painful. But I'm glad that I did, because those were like, again, just like in spite of the content, in spite of the context, they were really well crafted experiences. Bye, everyone.